Sitting as the Lake County Air Quality Management District Board of Directors, consideration of fiscal year 22-23 draft budget and consider district updates and annual policies recommendations. And with that, it looks like we have Douglas Gearhart, our Director for Air Quality Management, here to do his presentation.
Good morning.
Morning.
And actually, I have Elizabeth Knight's on the line on Zoom too. She's the deputy air pollution control officer, just in case there's questions that she can find them a lot faster than I can. Okay. So this hearing is to meet the requirements of Health and Safety Code, which requires us to hold a draft budget hearing and take public comment at least 2 weeks before we adopt the final budget for the district. So every year we do this, and we have to do a little presentation. We have take public comment, and then we can, move forward. So, the following budget, the district's budget is relatively stable. The district, it's similar to previous years. We have some minor changes. Expenses have gone up. Revenue stayed flat. That's the main issue we're running into, but we have a lot of grant funds, which are make it look like our budget is expanding, but there's all these grant programs that the state keeps giving us, but we don't have staffing to, it's challenging for us because of the staffing issue, and it's hard to hire staffing when grants are, they're an annual thing, and maybe annual, we're going to change that, and it's a 2-year grant now instead of a 1-year grant, and so it's not a solid funding source for us to hire staff off from. So just so you're aware that's kind of one of the issues we're dealing with. The major change for this year in expenses, of course, is related to air monitoring and staffing costs with the raises and things that occurred over the last few years. It has impacted our budget quite a bit. We're actually getting great candidates now for great applicants for positions that are open, but we have to come up with the revenue, of course, to fill those positions now. So we're now at that point. But with monitoring, we're coming up with an issue. The wildfires don't affect us for attainment status and for the community, but there are impacts to the district. We have to now upgrade monitors, and we have a lot more work that I've previously mentioned coming. Some of that is reimbursed by EPA, which is great because we wouldn't be able to do it without it, and that would, if we weren't able to have EPA's assistance on this, we would have we would be jeopardizing our attainment status because we couldn't do the monitoring that's required just because of the cost. Now, this year we estimated a CPI close to 5%. Of course, it ended up being 7.7%. So that is helping us a little bit. The new salary scale, of course, is affecting our expenditures. Let's see, equipment costs are constantly going up. Everything we do is going up, but our revenue is only going up by CPI. So we're looking into those issues at the moment to ensure that we have a path forward. So the quick, in summary, district revenue stable, expenditures continue to increase and have significantly outpaced the CPI, and we're reviewing a fee rule update, and we'll be proposing that hopefully in the next few months. So just staffing is our challenge at the moment. So that's the first part for the budget, and then we have some awareness items or some guidance and awareness items for you after that. So I don't know if you want me to go through those first or if you want to talk budget first.
Budget first, or the awareness items, whatever you decide.
Okay. Well, I can just go through the topics. So this is our action item requests. This we do every year, just as a continuation of the general policy direction of the board. That so what we're working on, and we have the guidance to continue working on it. So first, we always every year we request that the board continue to be opposed to state subvention cuts and support the district seeking additional funding to support the additional workload placed on the district by the state or EPA. If we don't continue to look for funding, then of course that has to come out of permitted sources. So, and we would rather get that money from the people that are requiring the work, so. Second, we request that the board continue to support the district staff actively participating in the CAPCOA Board of Directors to represent the needs and interests of Lake County related to air quality programs, regulations, and benefits. So that meeting with state legislators and everything, and we need to be there because we're different than the rest of the state, being the only full attainment district air basin. We get left behind a lot, so if we're not there, they don't think about us. And then third, we request that the board continue the policy direction that health impacts, health risks, health-based complaints, and mandated programs and requirements be given top priority, followed by activities that have regulatory timeframes and/or other funded activities or activities as directed by this board. And then then the rest are just awareness items, which are in the packet, and they're just kind of the ongoing items that, if you're interested, I can go through them if you want, but they're just so you're aware of what's happening in the county.
If there's any that you want that stand out for
There-
you, I know whether I see them.
Yeah, they're pretty much a continuing items that are, very similar to previous years, so, but they're ongoing with minor updates, so there's nothing that stands out at this point.
Did you have a question?
Yeah, I had a quick question about your advocacy for Lake County. It's always difficult to have our voices heard, especially at the state if we're not from down south, where there's a lot more votes that occur. Just wondering if there is a coalition of counties that are within attainment that might have a larger voice, or does that not exist?
Well, that's us.
Gotcha.
We do have more attainment counties that are coming in, but they have an issue of where all of the benefits that we've been denied because we've been attainment for 25 years almost, they have because they were able to adopt those programs and implement fees and funding and things through the years, and now they're coming into attainment. So there's certain laws that were changed to allow those attainment districts, like the vehicle fees. They can keep the vehicle fees. They changed the law to say, you take out the attainment. We were precluded as attainment from implementing vehicle fees for many, many years. They took that out because they were afraid that some of those districts that come into attainment would then have the challenge, the legal challenges of whether they could keep vehicle fees or not. So there's no way for us to implement them because it's very challenging with the Prop 26 requirements and all the other issues that go into effect, but the ones that have it get to keep it because the law was changed to benefit them.
So we're limited in who can partner with us, but I do appreciate,
Right.
I know the difficulties that your department has in getting some of the access to some of those grants that are available for those with a lot more pollution in their area that we get denied. But today, I believe it's today, in our consent agenda, we did just approve for an electric bus for Middletown Unified School District, and those are wonderful changes and additions, so I appreciate the work that you've done to bring that to us.
Thank you. And we do have a rural CAPCOA group that's a subset of CAPCOA, which is the California Air Pollution Control Officers Association. So we do have a rural group that discusses rural issues and tries to kind of coalesce as a group on general rural issues that to get the state attention on. So we do get some benefit out of that as well.
Awesome,
Do
thank
you
you.
attend those, or is it, the group, do you attend those group
Yes.
meetings? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Is there leadership that attends as well from elected officials, or no?
No, it's an association of just the air pollution control officers, so it's,
Just making sure.
Yep.
I don't have any other questions. Any other questions? No. All right.
Okay. So then all we need is to approve the draft budget and to get either, policy direction on the other items.
Public comment.
Yeah. No, I was
Public
gonna-
comment, yeah, sorry.
Any questions for
I forgot.
Director Gearhart as of now? So open it up to the public. Is there anybody in the room? Okay, come up to the microphone, and you have 3 minutes.
I was wondering if Mr. Gerhardt could explain to the public how we're different
from all the other places in California because of our identity as a basin, what that means about the air. The basin, okay? Thank you.
Okay.
Yep.
An air, well, I'll go into what an air district is. An air district is a entity that's created by the state. In rural counties, it is basically the county is the air district, but there are some air districts which are consolidated, multiple counties, like the Bay Area has, I think, 9 counties. South Coast, I don't even know how many counties they have as part of their air basin or air district. And then you have air basins, and air basins are a division that was created by EPA to, basically, it's like a watershed, but it's an airshed. So we're an air basin, which means we control, and we have little impact from outside of our air basin. So we can control what's impacting us. We do see impacts, of course, like with everything from outside areas, but it's a division of, we're not directly linked to Sacramento, we're not directly linked to Mendocino or Sonoma County because we have ridge lines in between. So we are kind of our own bowl, which is the basin. Other basins include, the Bay Area is an air basin. So that goes all the way from Sonoma County, half of Sonoma County, Napa County, and all around the San Francisco Bay. So much bigger basin, we're a much smaller basin, so.
All right, thank you. And so, what we'll do,
I can go over it with you.
yeah, but he'll come and see you after. All right. Any other comments in public? And I don't see anybody online, so I'll bring it back to the board for further discussion, or you said, or action, right?
Do we need to approve the recommendations too?
I think so. Is that what I think you were asking for those?
Yeah, either, just general direction from the board or.
So I move to approve the proposed fiscal year 22-23 draft budget and also approve of the recommendations from the updates and annual policies.
Second.
All right, so all 4 can be passed with that motion, Ms. Grant?
Yes, the only thing you might want to add is reference to the staff memo as outlined in the staff memo, those recommendations, just.
Amended with what was stated by county council.
All right, so I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Gearhart.
Great, thank you very much.
For your work and your presentation.